Hi guys, Snake Venom here, and today I want to present the Personal Storage System 3.0. If you by any means want to skip the presentation, feel free to. You can either go to how to make this work on the server or for yourself, or you can see how it works. Just click on any of the links somewhere on the screen, probably sort of down the lower third. I'll be waiting just a second. So, with that done, let's get on. First of all, how does it work? Or rather, what does it actually do? Each one of these chests can be personal. For example, I can put something, let's just take a stack of lapis, put it in, close it, and then now we can access it. Now, if you're thinking, well, that's all and good, but what if some bad guy wants to close all of them? Well, good luck with that, because it doesn't work. You can only have one at a time. And you can also only open yours, and opening goes like this, so you can access your blocks or whatever you have in them. Now, on the servers especially, this system is good because if you take one, throw your stuff in, close it up, and then go off during, I don't know, a week or two, and other people have closed theirs and you don't remember which one, well, hit tab. You will immediately see your name and the number. And the number represents the chest you have. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Perfect. And that's it. And access my lapis. And now you will see I have 0. That means that I don't have access to, or rather I can choose a chest. Now that is how it is done, or what it does. Just to summarize, it lets you choose a chest and it lets no one else access it. Now to how it works. This is the system itself. Here is one outcut of it. As you can see, it is 1 wide, and you can also see it here. But you always almost have to have one space between. Why? That is demonstrated here. For example, I am here at mine, and then there is one next here. But that one is closed, but well, I can still access it. So that is why you have to have one space between them, so people can't access each other's. So that is why you have to have one space. Now, how does it work? These things, I have no idea how they're called, but what they do is they pulse twice. So, 1 pulse, 2 pulses. If you want to see it again, 1 pulse, 2 pulses. And that is basically the common copy of those. So we have that twice. Now if I press this, the button to close, it will activate this command block. And that will check test for. So check if the nearest player has a score, or has a score in the objective PSS, Personal Storage System, of 0. And let me fix that, currently have that, so I have 0. That means that this command block will turn on and change this RS-NOR latch. This is an RS-NOR latch or a memory cell, 1 wide, vertical. And when that changes, it turns this redstone off, which turns this torch on, meaning this closes, so no one else can access it. And this torch turns this command block on, and that sets the score of the objective PSS for the nearest player to 1. So, demonstrating, so you can see the 0, now it's changed to 1. Now, the reason for why this changes twice, and I don't just use the redstone wire, that is because this this comparator locks this RS-NO latch if I only do it once. To demonstrate, it is currently closed, so let's open it, and let's get out a redstone block, and let's activate this once. It turns off, but even when this power disappears, it stays on, meaning that this won't do anything. That is why it has to activate again to turn this one off, so this RS-NO latch can be changed. And it is changed with the help of this. So again, 2 pulses to turn this comparator off, so it can be changed again. Now what this one command box checks for is, again, nearest player. If I have a score of 1, at maximum score of 1 and a minimum score of 1, basically, so it has to be at, for example, this is 0, 1, 2. So it is not allowed to be more, ruling that one out, and it's not allowed to be less, ruling that one out, leaving that. So if those are true, so I have 1, which I have now, it will output, changing this RS-NO latch, turning this signal on, turning this signal on, turning this torch off, which opens that piston, and changing the scoreboard of the objective PSS to 0. So 0, basically for all of these, mean that I don't have a chest. And again, pulses again to change that. Now luckily, it changes after oops, it's already closed. It changes first after a while, so the scoreboards are already set when it pulses again. So that is how this system works. And now to how to installing it and what you get with the download that I'm providing. First of all, what do you get? You get this world as it is right now, meaning all of these and these 3 things, and yeah, this world, and then you get a schematic for that thing, that thing, that thing, and that thing, not that one. What these 2 are previous versions of the same system. This is the version 1.5, and this doesn't work with the scoreboard feature, but with, as you can see, levels, as is this. Now, what has happened here is these 2 work on the same principle, but this one is a bit smaller. If you want to know exactly how this works, I recommend checking out my previous video. Link is on the screen and in the description. But then I went over to the scoreboard feature, so this one was viable, and I also learned that I could put these 2 things sort of into one neat package. And I also recognized that this part could be compacted like this. So sort of same principle, but working with different things. What also comes with as a schematic is this. What this is an initializer for this. So you can import this, copy paste it countless times, but then, hang on, let me do this quickly. Objectives, remove PSS. There we go. What this does is it adds an objective called PSS as a dummy. Dummy means that it can only be changed through commands. And then what it does, it sets the display of PSS to list. List is, if you hit tab, the golden yellow number with next to your name, and then it turns the command block output to false. You hit it once and you hit it twice, and when you hit tab, there you go. So snake venom 0, and then you can just simply destroy this. This is no longer needed. And then this also works. Just to demonstrate that it doesn't work without it, there you go. So that is what you get with this system. If you can compact it even more, feel free to do so, feel free to use this, but please credit me and also send me your compacted versions. I would love to see them and learn from them. And now to how to actually get this system to work, because there is some work. What you will need is these two schematics, a program called MCEdit, and also a filter by Cephling called, hang on, let me get the right, called Find and Replace. Link in the description. So let's get on with it. I'm going to create a new world, like so, and then I'm going to go into MCEdit and take a look at what we can do. So in MCEdit, you're going to want to, open the world. As you can see, this is the same flat, boring world. And then I'm going to hit import the personal storage initialization. So I'm going to import that just so I have it, don't need to bother about that anymore. And then I'm going to import this. This is the latest installment of the personal storage system. And then, import it as it is, and then I'm going to hit clone. What this does, so I'm going to move the clone 2 blocks so it doesn't interfere with another. Then you can repeat this as often as you want. I'm going to do 4, so I have 5 of this system. So clone, take a while. Depending on how many you want, this can take any length of time. So you can save. And now, when you go into the world, like so, you will see that we have the initialization. And at this point you can just hit it twice and then removing it, because that is no longer necessary. Now the problem with this is that because you copy paste the first one, so in my case the one furthest to the left is completely right, you don't have to change anything there. But with the rest, this is no longer correct. Actually, now that I think about it, this is an old... yeah, this is an old one. Damn it. Alright, give me a second. Alright, problem solved. This is now the new version. Yes, it is. So, the problem with this is that it checks for your score. So if you have 1, it works with number 1. If you have 2, it should work with number 2. Now, it doesn't currently, because this is only made as number 1. So PSS equals 1 and 1. So if you copy paste, it's going to stay 1. Whoops. So what you need to do is go to the opening, so the thing in the middle, and change all the ones to 2s, like so. And then you need to go down to this one and change that to number 2. Then this thing also works as demonstrated like so. Now these all don't work because it's number 1 opening, and you don't want that. So you have to do the changing of all the numbers, so all the number 1s to the appropriate number. You can either do it for hand, but if you have 30, it is no longer fun, because after changing, what is it, 3 times 30, so 90 numbers, you're pretty bored and irritated. So what you can do instead is to go back into MCEdit. Oh, there we go, like so, and as you can see here we have the 5 of those. So this one, if I'm not entirely mistaken, has the number 2, this one has the 1, and the rest has 1. So what you can do is hit this, and so that one is marked, that one is marked. Perfect. Like so. Then you can get a filter. The filter I was talking about, so find and replace. Input string here, 1, and replace it with 3, and filter. Move this, and do 4. Filter again, move this, and do 5. And that's all you have to do. Now, that might seem like a lot of work, but actually it's a lot faster than doing everything for hand. And somehow, wait a minute. Gosh dang it! This one's here, this. Is this one correct? Yes, it is. Alright, the problem being here is that this should not be here, but don't worry, the finalized schematic will not have that. It will be correct. And as you can see, 1, 2, and if we look, dang it, 3, and so on. And this one also 3, 4, and 5, meaning that this will now say 5 and 0. So that is how you get this system to work. You can build whatever you want in between. So, and that is going to be it for this episode, and thank you all for watching, and see you guys next time. Bye bye.